Hello, friends. Which is the strongest asset in the world which you have got within yourself? That is mind, the greatest treasure, the power within yourself. You have to tune that mind to your advantage. Now, friends, why am I talking all these things? There was one very sad happening a couple of days back. That is, students who are appearing for NEET exam have committed suicide in the fear of examination. Mind you, in the fear of examination. This is very, very unfortunate. When we start talking about students committing suicide, employees committing suicide, youth and middle-aged persons commit suicide, what is the reason behind it? The main reason, before we start with that, we want to pay humble respects towards those people who committed suicides for their souls to rest in peace. With due respects to all the people around, I start this. People commit suicide because of pressure, extreme pressure that the mind is not able to take. Because your mind is weak. Because your mind has not been tuned to have strength, to have the mental strength. We see people commit suicide because they fail in the exam. They lose their jobs. They are in extreme loans, not able to face the bankers, the creditors. Another section of the people who committed suicides are who cannot handle public, who cannot handle society, who cannot see the pressure people are upon themselves, the peer pressure, how they will face the public. These are the main strong topics or the top topics due to which students, public, youth, young men, famous men, rich men all commit suicide. This is very, very unfortunate. It is a very, very sad moment for those families and the people who are neighbors and general public, in all of us for that matter, to see that people commit suicide because of these reasons. My dear friends, so I'm going to talk something which we have to not only encourage ourselves, but also see that we encourage it with our peers, with our relatives, with people who are known to us, so that everybody is benefited out of this. Now, why do people become weak? Why does this pressure mount on us? Why do we become mentally weak? Because parents, let us first take parents. When it is students' phase of life, parents put lot of pressure on the students that he has to pass engineering, he has to pass IIT, he has to pass medical, he has to become an IAS officer, he has to become a great person, he has to become rich. This pressure is not being handled by the students, and they come into constant frustration that they are not able to meet the expectations of the parents, and they fear what will the parents say if they fail ultimately in these examinations. Second thing is peer pressure. When their co-students, when their co-employees, when their co-workers are able to get more examination results, more jobs and promotions, they are not able to get. This pressure haunts them mentally, and that drives them towards committing suicide because they are mentally weak. The third and the most important thing is society, peer pressure, public pressure. How will I face public? How will I face my relatives? How will I face my friends? How will I face the general persons who know me? These are the reasons people commit suicide, because we are mentally weak. We are trying to entertain this pressure in our mind, which is very, very wrong. Now we will try to see how to overcome this. What should we do to overcome this? Now, friends, in this generation, we are all mentally very, very tuned to various social media. We learn a lot from social media. We learn a lot from others. We have seen various movies. We have seen various sports. We have seen umpteen number of things happening around us. Now, being intelligent because of the generation as it is, we have to first make our minds strong. Charge our minds with more positivity, with more determination, with more mental power that, I will not get weak. I will not fail even if I am physically failing in some examination. I will not accept failure as that is the end of life. This is very, very important for us to tune our mind. See, friends, mind is the engine which drives you. If the engine fails, you fail. So, because you should not fail, you have to see that the engine gets power. How does it get power? You make the mind become more and more powerful with the thoughts of positivity, determination, for you to see that yes, I will do this come what may. Failures are just a stepping stone of success. Failures cannot deter me. I can fall down, but I will definitely get up to succeed. That is the mental power you have to bring in yourself. Now, after you bring in this mental power, it is not enough that you have mental power. You try to convince people who are putting pressure on you. You convince your parents that passing IIT, passing a medical examination is not the only thing in life. If I don't do this, I have alternate ways to succeed. And there are a hell number of people who are passed, even if they have failed in the examinations, even if they have not got a successful job. There are number of examples. Now that social media has become viral, see the YouTubes, how many people have become rich even without the basic education. Common sense is very important. Determination is very important. The willpower is very, very important. How many people have become successful even if they have failed 1,000 times? I will quote these examples in the later part of my slide. Now, you have to convince the people who are putting pressure on you. First, parents within your family, relatives. When they are putting pressure on you that you have to pass this examination at any cost, you say, yes, I will definitely pass. If I don't pass, I have an alternative. So don't put pressure on me. I will do my duty. That is the message you have to convey to your parents, to your relatives, to your friends, to your peers, and all the societies which is around you. And if you don't convince them, you are entertaining pressure, and that pressure will eat away you. Okay, friends, this is the first step for you to be mentally strong. Second thing, accept the fact that everything is not in your hands. You have done your duty, that you have written your exam to the extent you are, to the extent you are prepared, to the extent you have learned, within the capacities you have. Then after that, leave the rest, because you are doing only 20% of the duty, that you are writing an exam or you have tried your chances in life. After that, if there is failure, if you are not able to pass the exam, that is not you who to be blamed, because you are not the examiner who is correcting your paper. You are not going to think as the examiner is going to think, because you have a brain power which is different than the examiner. You have a different thought process. You think bigger. Examiner or a person who is evaluating you is not going to stop your life by failing you. You have that mentally prepared. This is very, very important. Accept that if I do a thing, I should do it sincerely and to my best. If the results are not coming, I am not to be fully blamed for it. But I will learn from the mistakes of that and proceed further in life to see that I try to plug my loopholes. I try to explore those things which I have not done in my previous step. That's all. That's all. So you cannot blame yourself for that. So don't keep all the pressure on yourself that if you don't pass the exam, you have done something, a big crime. No, not at all. Convince people, make people mentally prepared that you are not everything who writes the exam. You are not everything who has tried. So you have tried your best out of your limits. And if the result don't come, yes, that's fine. I'm going to try once more. I'm going to try a different thing. I'm going to explore a different thing, which is going to be making me more successful than my previous attempt. That's all. That is all how you have to build up mentally. Now, I will quote you some examples, live examples. Okay. Amitabh Bachchan at the age of 57 came to zero in his wealth virtually, with a bank actually taking off all his properties because he has not paid the loan. Then, did he commit suicide? No. Did he actually end his life? No. He tried to explore opportunities where he can start from the scratch once again. He brain-powered KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati, made himself more popular, made more money than what he made in his film career, and now you see he's an icon. He's a living example of how you should not be disappointed, depressed, frustrated, and accept failure. He has come out of all these things and shown you a right of example. Take him as an example. You have YouTubes like this. Warren Buffett, the one who is now a renowned investor, started becoming rich only at the age of 60 because he has invested all his 35 years, after which he has been pronounced as the wealthiest man, not from the age of 20. Okay. Dhirubhai Ambani, from the age of 40, he was not educated at all. He built up an empire called Reliance, after which Mukesh took it over from him. But he had the brain power to think that this is the industry I'm going to start. He did not study in Harvard. He did not do an engineering course. He did not do a medical course. He did not do an MBA. But how did he do that? Common sense. Common sense is the answer for that. KFC. Sanders has failed 1,000 times before at the age of 65 he started chain stores of KFC. Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now you see, KFC is the mouth of everybody, everywhere, all over the world. Now, did he do an MBA? No. Did he do an engineering degree? No. That's not everything. Now, it is only upon your determination, your thought process, and your will to succeed. Dabawala, the famous chain stores for the chain Intelligentsia, which has been taken as a case study in Harvard also. They have built up a huge chain to deliver lunch packets to all the residents in Bombay. Did he study? Did he have an MBA degree to do that? Was he an engineering student? Was he a great researcher? No, he had common sense to understand the pain points of the customers. He addressed it. He became a case study, a biggest case study in so many biggest universities like Harvard. Now, think of it. You are failing of one exam. You are losing a job. You are not failing you are failing in other aspects or trials. Is no way an excuse for you to accept failure. Take the points why you have failed. Analyze it. Explore that. And then try once again with a different thought process, with a stronger mindset, with more and more skill set of yours to make yourself succeed. Who can stop you from succeeding? And failure and success is not the only aim and the yardstick for life. You have done your duty, but be happy. If you get success, well and good. If you get failure, go to some other thing. But don't lose happiness. Don't lose stability of mind. Don't lose your mental power. Don't become weak. That is the message which I want to convey. So love your life. This is a wonderful gift, my dear friends, which God has given you. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the journey of life. Getting a job, whatever it is just a means to address your daily transactional things. Let it not try to govern your happiness. Wealth is not happiness. Being happy with your family, being happy with your friends, leading a very satisfied life, contented life is all this happiness about. See, if you are wealthy and if you are not having happiness, what is the use of it? Take the example of Coffee Day CEO who has committed suicide, though he was the richest man. Why did he commit suicide? Because he did not have happiness. So happiness is one thing which you have to always generate within yourself. If there is no happiness, anything in this world is not enough for you. So develop that mindset, frame of mind that if you do your duty, forget about the result. Okay? Make people understand you through this mental power that I have done my duty. I know to be happy. Nobody can disturb me from my happiness. I have my goals in life that I need to be happy. That is the first thing. And wealth, richness, employment, success, failure are all just one of the parts of life and not the only thing which will govern you for your happiness in life. So motivate yourself, my dear friends. Motivate others in this aspect. Motivate your relatives, your family friends, your peers, and all the people around you to see that this sort of mindset is built so that you are mentally stable. You are mentally very balanced. You are mentally strong to be happy. And that happiness cannot be shattered by transactional things of failures in job, in examinations, in career, in whatever it is. Be happy. Because many of the people are in search of happiness, but that happiness is within you. How you build up that happiness, how you make yourself happy. So friends, with these few words, I'd like to conclude that you are the sole generator of happiness for you. Become mentally strong. Make people happy around you and see that you enjoy this life beautifully because you and you alone are the creator of this happiness in your life. Okay friends, all the best. Enjoy your life and lead a very good life. Thank you.